So with 0 seconds and 0 minutes counting up, if all my judges are ready, then I'll go ahead and get started. The theory that the Earth is round is actually conducted by Adolf Hitler, and his head is cybernetically frozen and stored in the middle of the Brazilian jungle. What would you do if your family member actually believed that? Would you hear them out for what they said, or would you discard them as crazy? The topic I've drawn today is that we have 2 ears and only 1 tongue, in order that we may hear more and speak less. This is a very, very deep topic, and we're going to explore it using a couple stories of what me and my family do, a couple stories about me and my family. The first one is in a beautiful and serene place. Have you ever watched the movie Gladiator? Imagine a big field of dry grass and a group of friends in the middle of summer, a serene and peaceful night. Now imagine it was 4th of July and you were shooting fireworks at one another. This was a very fun day. It was one of my favorite days. But during the fireworks fight, I got shot in the face, and I came home with a giant burn mark. Telling this story, I realized that my mom is in the room. This is not great, because when we got home, we convinced my mom that I lit off a mortar and a piece of flaming material hit my face. So we have 2 ears and only 1 tongue. And the reason why we have 1 tongue is we don't share stories like the fact my older brother shot me in the face from about 1 foot away with a Roman candle in a field of dry grass. This was not good, and I probably shouldn't have told that story. Now, we have 2 ears to hear, yes. But sometimes hearing other people out is not just about what they say, but about what they indicate with their body. You see, sometimes we hear things, but sometimes people convey a deeper message just by us looking at what they do. This was after the night I just told you about. It was the 5th of July, because it was 12:05, and we were driving through our town, and my older sister started speeding up, looking like she wanted to race my brother who I was in the car with. My older brother, who is wise and knows and respects the laws, looked around to see if there was any cop cars before engaging in a speed. He looked behind him and there was a suspicious car. So he pulled behind my sister. Unfortunately, my sister likes to speak more than she hears and didn't look behind her and speeded off into the distance. Then, as the cop car rolled past us, we realized the worst. It then disappeared into the night, and all was silent. We drove, and drove, and drove, until very, very far in the distance, there was flashing red and blue lights. We thought to ourselves, Claire is saved, because there's no way she could have gotten that far. Then as we got home, she told us the story. She was going 101 miles per hour when the cop pulled her over. If only she had listened to my older brother, who was wiser and has been pulled over way more times than me. She didn't hear. She probably was talking to my other brother, who was in the car, about how fast she could go. She then earned a nickname that we now officially call her Leadfoot. So we have 2 ears and only 1 tongue. But just because we have ears doesn't mean we can't notice when other people are trying to pass on wisdom through their actions. So we do have 2 ears, yes, and we need to pay attention passed down from wiser people than us. This story takes place after another holiday. It was Christmas, and when me and my brother went to a grocery outlet, we realized the candy canes were on sale. When we got home, we told our older brother that candy canes were on sale, and he went back with his food stamps and bought $2,200 to give to my younger brother. My mom was not happy, so I decided to enact revenge. I was going to make my older brother the biggest and best candy cane ever. And then melted 10 pounds of sugar on the stove. My mom told me that I probably should research a little bit more, but I didn't. The candy cane didn't even harden. There was sticky stuff everywhere, and I spent hours scraping the sticky syrup off the porch. So we do have 2 ears that we can hear. But one of the things we need to hear most importantly is God's word. God passes on wisdom to us. Just like my mom telling us that I shouldn't burn candy canes on the stove. We need to hear our friends even when they have crazy theories about Adolf Hitler's head and the Brazilian jungle. Thank you.